Hello and thank you for tuning in. My name is Kelby Buckner and this is a DIY video for a check engine light pertaining to the code P0299, where it states turbocharger under boost. Now, if you have this fault commonly in this engine right here, which is the 2-liter TFSI engine that's commonly in a Audi or a Volkswagen type of vehicle from the years from 2012 all the way to 2018, I believe, and they changed it up and had a different engine code from that point forward. If you have the code P0299, most likely you have a fault for the turbocharger where the vehicle is under boost and is not boosting. So pretty much at the turbo, we have to replace a sensor that's actually located on the turbo. Now, this is a one of two fixes that could possibly fix this concern. Now, the first one we're going to do is actually replacing the diverter valve, which causes the turbo not to boost or go into boost. Now, the common problem with the diverter valve is pretty much the actual diaphragm boot actually tears, and when it tears, it causes the vehicle not to boost properly. Now, if we replace that and that problem still persists, most likely the vehicle will definitely need another repair, which states that you're supposed to remove the turbocharger and replace the turbocharger, but there's actually a easy fix for someone that's mechanically inclined with a torch, where you could actually melt the flap or get it very red hot and bend the actual flap back in place. So in this video today, I will be showing you how to actually remove and replace the boost diverter valve sensor. Now, if you don't have a jack stand or any way of jacking up the vehicle, I highly suggest going to the store and obtaining a ramp like as you see right here. These are sold at Harbor Freight. It's not really the best brand when it comes to stuff like this, but it's very cheap. I believe they're like $39. They're very inexpensive. I highly suggest getting it. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to jack the car up to the right height. Once we jack it up to the right height, we're going to go underneath the car and we're going to inspect, and most likely we're going to remove the lower belly pan. Now, this lower belly pan tends to have oil leaks here, so we're going to properly inspect that and see what we find. All right, so when you're removing the belly pan, all you really have to remove is this front portion right here of the skid plate that's underneath the vehicle. Once you remove it, you're now exposed to everything that's underneath the vehicle. So now it's a little bit messy here, so oil could also cause a lot of issues, any oil leak, but the actual sensor that we're replacing is this sensor right here. So that is our culprit right there. So it doesn't look that hard to get to. I actually thought you had to pull back the front end, but you really don't. It's really right there. Usually takes 3 Allen keys. I actually don't know the Allen size, but I do know the torque size. It's usually a T30 Torx will fit inside of the hole, and there's 3 of them. So once you remove the 3, everything should be exposed. All right, so after removing the diverter valve, you want to inspect it. Upon inspection, I see that this is very oily. Like oil is running from this thing right now. But I think this might be the issue, because this is full of oil. And I don't want to touch it with that hand. This hand. This is the new one. This one's bone dry. So that tells me I should inspect and check for leaks and see if I can find an obvious source where this malfunction happened. In case you guys are wondering what the part number is, 06H145710, as in Delta. All right, once you clear the check engine light, next thing you do is to start her up and see if that light goes away. And that light went away. I would recommend road testing for this concern. Also, if you still have the fault still persists and is still available, most likely you'll have a problem with the turbo. There's a flap that I mentioned earlier that's on the back end of the turbo. It's like a relief valve. I would say, it tends to bend out when it gets very hot. So most likely that's the issue with this vehicle. But ultimately, if this was at the dealership or most likely at a repair facility, it would be a turbo replacement after this. So we shall see upon another episode if we shall replace the turbo. I thank y'all for watching. Please tune in. Please like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.